Good evening. Welcome back. With the exception of 24-hour stream, the other day it's been a while since I've actually done one of these, and I've had cold. Definitely not COVID. Scientifically proven not to have been COVID, and just a cold, which is a bit annoying really because you kind of think, well, if you're gonna get a really bad cold, you may as well get COVID at the same time, wouldn't you? Cough there also nothing to do with COVID, but then of course we had Christmas and all the associated stuff that comes along with that, and then the other day I did the 24-hour cancer Macmillan Cancer Support Stream, which was really good, and thank you for everybody who tuned in and watched that. It was, however, really exhausting, and it's taking me a little bit of a while to recover, but we are back. And tonight, in honour of the fact that I've just started watching The Witcher Season 2 on Netflix, which is really, really good, we're going to be streaming The Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings. Now, I've started this game a day or two ago, and I've got past the tutorial and the prologue, and we're kind of in the first main village bit, I guess, which is called Flotsam. So we're not quite at the start of it, but we're near enough at the start of it that it doesn't really matter. So let's just get on with it. So here we are in the village of Flotsam. The place has just been attacked by some kind of giant tentacle monster thing, which looks like something from an H.P. Lovecraft thing, but probably isn't. Called the Kayran, I think it said when I just loaded the game up there. And we've got to go and talk to the merchants on the waterfront, being the thing in front of the water. This is Geralt. He is looking very dapper, quite a bit like Henry Cavill, utterly coincidentally. Let's go and have a chat with some of these people.
Going somewhere, friend? Say something, or did you just fart?
No, I did actually say something. So, it's a bit dark in here, isn't it? A bit dark indeed. So this is the toll collector's house, and a very empty toll collector's house. We could steal some stuff from there, but there really isn't that much. We're stealing. Oh, there's another floor. Let's go up to the next floor. See what is up here. Again, nothing really up there. Okay, I mean that looked like a waste of time, really. Never mind. Well, it looks like I've got some abilities to use as well. Abilities to like level up. We'll do that in a second. Once we're out of this utterly pointless room. Okay. I've got one talent. I think I've got one more. Oh no, I've got two more remaining in this training path. So this is the character progression screen. There are three main paths: swordsmanship, magic, and alchemy. But before we can unlock any of those, we have to complete the training path. I've got a couple more to get in here, so shall we go for, let's go for fortitude. We'll get dagger throwing last. Okay, so I've got a few other quests as well. Indecent Proposals, the main one. The Kayran, which is that one that we've just had with the giant what's it thing. And we got the Necker contract. So I picked up a few of these quests on the notice board, like this one here. For this one, we need to learn a bit about Neckers. We got an Endrega contract, some Troll Trouble, and I've also got the potential of beating some people at arm wrestling. These are like our main story quests. That's the one we got tracked at the moment. And we've got to get ourselves a new silver sword as well, because the one that we had before has been blown off by a dragon, which is not good. So we might try and do that, get that one sorted as well, because we are going to need our silver sword now. I did get a recipe for a silver sword, so hopefully it won't be too long to do. If we bring up the map, you should be able to see. It's not the greatest of maps, it doesn't actually tell you where anything is, but I'm guessing that craftsman one is our blacksmith, so we can wander across to him in a moment. But let's go and talk to these merchants on the waterfront. This is this is the craftsman's district.
Everything in order?
I think the stew's ready.
What do you want?
Heard you have a problem.
Ah, if only we had just one. Highways washed out, forests full of bandits, a river beast blocks the port, and tolls at a rise.
Can't help with the tolls, but the monster's a possibility.
A sorceress said the same, but we've yet to see any results.
She's asked me to work with her.
And who's to pay your wage?
That's what I'm here to discuss.
The sorceress was to manage alone. You can split that reward if you wish.
Well, we're managing it together now, so as I see it, you should double the reward.
You jest.
You'll double what you offered Lady de Tanzerville, because that's what the contract's worth.
Will it work?
So be it.
Yeah, so we
I
used
assume you
our
to be professionals and will every
hex,
last copper penny
Axie Hexer, which basically influences weak
Now tell me
minds. It's
what
like
you
the
know about
Jedi mind trick.
You're the Witcher, damn it! I've no knowledge of these things.
Who could tell me more?
That ploughing elf, Cedric, most probably. He's supposed to know all about monsters.
Where can I find him?
In the village, outside the walls. Now leave me be.
I don't, sir. I work at the theatre.
Okay, so we got a little bit more from him there. See if we can wander off and find where our craftsman is, who can hopefully make our silver sword, because as everybody who knows anything about witches knows, silver swords are used for killing monsters and steel swords are used for killing humans.
Hey boss, look who's graced our smithy.
Of course,
That
dwarves
titan
have
of
to
the
sound
art
like
of
this
smithing
Scottish
can't hear us.
lore
Busy,
fantasy.
Work's a blur in his hands. And how are you, Witcher? Things working out for you?
Nice workshop.
Bah, it's no workshop, just a simple forge. But thanks for the compliment, both in my name and the master. So how can we help you, eh?
It's time to craft me an item. So, in order to get the silver sword, we need some timber and we need some silver ore. Okay, so I wonder if he's got any of that.
So how...
So what has he got? We would need... Okay, so he's got some silver ore, but he hasn't got any timber, which is a bit annoying. But I think he said we need 2 of those, so we'll buy those. I've got to find, there will be some timber around here. No, that guy That guy appears to have no trousers on and just appears to be walking into a table, which is interesting choice of things to do. So what's this place then?
So how's it going? Everything all right?
Greetings. Mind if I take a look at what you have in stock?
Certainly. You're welcome to. I'm Fioravanti, a merchant. Not to be nosy, but weren't you hired to kill the Kairan?
I was.
I've had my fill of this place, and I'll be glad when the blockade is finally lifted.
The Rita won't let you traders out until it suits him. Seems he needs you here for some reason.
What's that supposed to mean, damn it? Is he organizing some international trade fair? I'm a subject of King Demavend, and I tell you...
Demavend's dead. Ah. Now, if you don't mind, can we get down to business?
Let's trade. Come on, I want some timber. Oh, he hasn't got any timber either. How hard is he to have some timber? He has, however, got the rights of Medate. Let's buy that. I've got a couple of books we can read in a second. Okay. Midete, or Midsummer, is the day of the summer solstice and marks the beginning of the first moon of summer in the Alvan solar calendar. Owls believe that all things under the sun occur in cycles. After Midete, the days grow shorter and the dying commences to last until the winter solstice. Summer shrines erected on this day give praise to the sun and life, while acknowledging the death's uncertainty. Spells that protect living things and draw power from the sun's heat are particularly strong near these shrines. Witches use them to bless crops and summon fire. Even godless witches bow before summer shrines to augment the intensity of their signs. Well, I'm a godless witcher. In the game, not necessarily in real life. We've got a book here about dragons as well. So it says, dragons were once commonplace, so rule over the continent absolute. Dragonfire was the bane of cities, and dragon appetites were a constant threat to the first colonizers. Mages stood against these creatures, which were created to fight them. Witches were created to fight them. Today, dragons are nearly extinct. There are occasional sightings of fork-tails and slizzards, but these creatures are to dragons as stray cats are to tigers. Dragons were brought to the brink of extinction by professional hunters like the famed Crinfrid Reavers. Alchemy ingredients from the dragon's body are amongst the most expensive and highly sought after by mages. The beast's roasted tail is considered a true delicacy. I bet it is as well. In the same way that anything that's difficult to get is considered a delicacy. So they are hanging there. Which is not good for them, really. They died early on in the game.
Garrison. We don't need a witcher. What's it to me?
So witches are not very popular around these parts, or indeed any parts. That was a picture of Ivrith, the Alvan commander.
Welcome
this
to my
guy?
modest shop.
What do you deal in?
All kinds of incense mainly.
Do you have any
Meditation,
timber?
Rejuvenation, cooking, making medicine, rituals, whatever you require.
I require timber. Oh, he hasn't got any timber either. Fine, I'll go find some timber somewhere. Was there any that we saw at the docks? I don't know whether... Let me jump off there, do we? You know, when we went to that toll master's house, I'm just wondering if there was anything there, because there was a crate of something, wasn't there? Which I duly ignored. Because I imagine some people pay their toll in timber. I know I would. Got some diamond dust. Nothing to do with Shiva from Final Fantasy. Okay, there was a chest here, wasn't there, or something? Right, no. There is no timber there. Great. There must be some in the town somewhere. It's only chapter 1, it can't be that difficult. I've got to get my silver sword somehow. Maybe they were selling some things in the bar, so let's go and ask them. Somebody was selling something over here. Merchant who's selling something.
Thank you. Goodbye. Watch it and ravel on it.
Pinch my ass.
Mysterious merchant. Yeah, no, he hasn't got any. He has got some Chanel's armor though, which is quite a good, powerful looking armor at this level. I could buy myself a silver sword, but I haven't quite got enough orens, which are the currency here. I've never played The Witcher 2 before.
Why the hell are we stacking? Restacking? What's
I played a little. Well, I tell you, I played a little bit of it when it first came out on the Xbox 360 years ago, but I never got much further forward than that. Yeah. So the squirrels she's talking about are not the little annoying rodent things. They are in fact the elvish sort of resistance. The elves in the world of The Witcher have been basically persecuted, a bit like in Dragon Age really. They live in ghettos and are generally poorly treated by humans. And the Scoia'tael is kind of like a terrorist group of hardcore elves.
You might want to stir it.
I don't stir. I work the material.
And they're known sort of colloquially as the
I had an
squirrels.
inkling and it didn't disappoint me. It was a long voyage to this cesspit, but it's about to make sense. Voltest's killer, live and in person. How are you? Happy and healthy?
Can't complain.
I am delighted, really. But you see, it's a long way back to Vasima, and I'd rather not dawdle. I lost a load of time looking for you.
No reason to waste any more talking then. Bon voyage.
Listen, Jester. You're worth more to me alive, but if need be, I will take you back as a corpse. You choose.
All right. Give it a shot.
Drop your sword and put your hands together.
So Geralt has been accused of regicide, killing King Foltest. It wasn't him. We are on the lookout for the king.
I've got a turtle
These guys don't know what they're up against. Particularly since I am playing this on easy.
We've got a wanted man here. Grab him, boys.
Sorry guys. You did kind of ask for that though, didn't you? So, looks like I've got an arrest warrant out in my name. Arrest warrant. Geralt of Rivia. It is hereby made known to all that the Witcher named Geralt, a native of Rivia, has committed a high crime of regicide in slaying Foltest, king of Temeria. As a murderer and a traitor, Geralt of Rivia has been sentenced to die by fire, A generous reward is offered for his capture and delivery to the proper authorities. He who delivers the criminal's head shall receive 1/2 of said reward. Those providing reliable and confirmed information as to the criminal's whereabouts shall also receive remuneration. Beware, the Witcher is armed and dangerous, and also playing the game on easy, which really will put the shits at these guys. So, at the start of the game, King Foltest was murdered by another Witcher. We were sort of framed, or at least believed to have been responsible for it, and then we've escaped with the help of the big German-esque enemies, the Nilfgaardians, from the dungeon, and we're now in this village of Flotsam. So we've got a price on our head. Which isn't good. Okay, I can't remember which way I was facing. I think I was going this way, wasn't I? I'm after some timber. Somebody please have some timber.
Fine mess you have here.
So how's it going?
I think I've already spoken to this guy, haven't I? Yeah, I have. Let's go into the pub and see if they've got something in there. I don't know why they would just sell wood in the
Come on, nearly got him. Go on, a wee bit more.
So we've got here
Humans know as much about arm wrestling as I know.
Zoltan, he's a dwarven friend of ours. We've got Vernon Roach, who's sort of our ally in this.
How can the commander of a Temerian garrison just piss all over the commander of Foltest's special forces?
The Blue Stripes aren't exactly popular among common folk, in case you haven't noticed.
Like anyone who does the dirty work. But Laredo's a soldier.
The worst scum gets posted to dumpy border towns like this. Incompetent fools who show up their authority to a bunch of grimy peasants.
A little town deep in the forest, terrorized by Scoia'tael. You should be in your element, Roach.
Flotsam isn't just any old town, Geralt. Temerian, Redania, Kedwin, and Edda. The largest kingdoms in the north. Know what they all have in common?
The Pontar Valley. A strip of land they've been battling over for generations.
Exactly. And here's Flotsam, on the border between Temeria and Edda, with Kedwin lying in wait just the other side of the marshes.
At the very edge of the Pontar Valley.
Stuck in the middle like a candle up the arse.
The north's most important trade routes meet here. Every caravan has to come through Flotsam, and anyone who wants to place their cargo on a boat on this section of the river has to bear Laredo in mind.
They say Henselt of Kedwin has gathered an army and is heading for Vergen. The Pontar Valley will be on fire soon, while we, Geralt, are sitting in Flotsam, the gateway to the valley.
I'd like to believe it's pure coincidence and the killer just followed the squirrels here.
Naive to say the least, Witcher.
So Vernon Roach is the head of the Temerian Special Forces, and he's an interesting character, kind of something of an anti-hero, I suppose you would call him.
We arrived in Flotsam, we saw
Doesn't
the
smile a
pissed
lot.
everyone off. What next?
If the Kingslayer's in Jorved's care, we'll have to get them all.
If we go out into that forest to look for elves, all we'll find is our own death.
We'll visit Laredo as invited. Maybe a hick-headed bunch of imbeciles, but this is his territory and could prove useful.
So long, Roach.
So we've got a few other characters with us. We've got our current lover, Triss Merigold. She is a witch. We've got Dandelion, the poet, bard, and sort of spy informant at the moment.
I know you. I can see you're dying to ask me. What is it?
All right, fess up. What happened to Foltest?
Want to know the version that is yet to make it to Flotsam? The king died in mysterious circumstances. The Witcher Geralt, his sword covered in blood, was discovered standing over his corpse.
Did you kill him? This'll stay between us, I promise.
The killer escaped before I could get him. I'm being set up.
So what are you gonna do? Run around swinging your sword, hoping the killer walks into range?
I don't
Pretty
know.
much.
The killer's in the forest with Scoia'tael, and he knows I'm here. We'll find each other.
Geralt, please don't do anything stupid. Don't stick your neck out. If Loredo finds out you were involved in Foltest's assassination...
You gave Vernon a full report on Flotsam. Seen anything unusual around here?
They've got some amazing women at the brothel. You should take a look. One of them.
You know what I mean.
A town like any other. It's got a harbor, an inn, and a stinking muddy river. That's what an ordinary man would say. But we poets also look into people's souls. And things are not good. I saw a robbery sanctioned by law. Town watchmen laughing as they confiscated goods, all the while talking about how they'd finally bring order to the town. I saw drunken thugs beat up an elf when the well-known and flushed. I know these things happen everywhere, but here, it's not motivated by hatred or misguided attempts at meting out justice. People are driven by cold calculation, always looking for opportunities to get a little richer.
So yeah, it's, what bad things going on here in Flotsam at the moment. Dandelion's not too keen on what's going on.
I need information. Anything that could help me track down the Kingslayers.
I only know gossip. Things folk have been saying since Demavend's death. People are throwing out blame left and right. One day it's the Elves, another the Nilfgaardians, then it's Rivians.
Let me guess. The suspects also include a Zerrikanian alchemist and a group of halflings.
Bold theory, that. But the mob comes up with even better ones. Know what? Frankly, the most worrying effect of these assassinations is the chaos they've unleashed in people's minds.
What do you mean?
I mean chaos. People don't know what to think, who's good and who's evil. And these are tough times. Who knows what's going to happen?
Not me, because I've not played the game before.
So, Mr. Master Spy, what's new in the world of politics? Bard singing about anything interesting these days?
Eddern's in trouble. Henselt and his great army are nearing the Pontarch and will ford it and strike any day.
Wow, we haven't had a war in a long time.
Like all little boys, he likes to play with his soldiers. But I don't think Kedwin will have an easy time of it. Eddern's borders are guarded by Saskia the Dragon Slayer.
Who's she? Some mercenary?
A peasant girl and self-proclaimed commander of something called the Edirnian Voluntary Militia.
Fighting women and bards who play politics. These are strange times.
Okay, so in the TV series, Dandelion isn't called Dandelion. He's known by his other name, which I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm sure somebody who knows the show better than me will. She hasn't got any timber either, but
Get the fuck out!
he has got the great name of Marty Beaver. I mean, that if Marty Beaver isn't just the best name for anything ever.
Welcome.
Marty Beaver. Okay. See if this person's got any. No, we're just gonna have to find some somewhere else, and it's a bit annoying, really. So we have got Wiry Wilkes. Will arm wrestle us. Let's bet him 10 coins, and we play this like little arm wrestle mini game, and the goal of it is we've got to try and keep our hand basically in this decreasing orange bar. And then eventually bash his hand against the table like that.
Strong man you are. Here's your coin. You should take on Big Max.
Okay. Right, which one of you guys is Big Max?
You're a
Big
strong
Max?
lad, but I'm no wimp either. Wanna take me on?
Your pew's white too.
I get the feeling there's going to be a bit of a difficulty spike in this at some point. It does seem a little bit easier to do with the mouse than it did with the controller when I tried to do it with the Xbox.
Balls, you're strong. You're winnings. There's someone else. No one's beaten him yet.
Who?
Bartholomew Bargy. You'll find him in the village.
Okay. Bartholomew Bargy. So we've got a few things we can do in the village at the moment. We can go into the garrison. I think we need to talk to the commander to get some information on one of the contracts which are there. I'm guessing he's in here somewhere. He might be somewhere else.
Huh?
Hmm? Hmm?
What's it to me?
So he's Odo, presumably not the character from Star Trek Deep Space Nine. There doesn't seem to be a commander up here for me to talk to. Okay. Let's just have another look at that journal again. We got the NECA contract, so we've got to find a book about NECAs. Okay. I think we have to go there at night time. I'm not quite sure how we change the.
We met in Vizima, remember? I stood at the gate.
Let's roll some dice for this guy. I don't know how we play this, to be honest. I've no idea what we're doing here. I'm just clicking on things and hoping for the best. Well, I lost. That worked out well, didn't it?
Here comes the Witcher. No, I...
Ha! Greetings. A word, if you will.
You see, we've created an alchemical substance and we wish to test it in Vizima, in a laboratory.
Seeing as you're a Witcher, we wondered if you'd be willing to test it in practice.
In a year or two, given the occasion, you could visit us in Vizima. We'd examine you and reward you generously.
We need to study its long-term effects. We can't say more.
Are you in?
I mean, this sounds a bit dodgy, doesn't it? But
no way.
That's not helpful.
We'll try someone else. That's indecent.
I'll just have a wander around the village.
Witcher, greetings. What brings you here, White Wolf? Make yourself at home, please.
Do we know each other?
I've heard, or rather read much about you, in the letters of the Rivian diaspora.
Well, nice to meet you.
Einar Gausel, fundamentally a trader in old curios, although I also concern myself with the non-human community.
Okay, so there's a few things we can do in here. We can change my hairstyle. I'll have a look at that in a minute. Ask you a couple of questions first.
We aren't, but we aid each other as best we can. I mainly collect taxes and announce the Commandant's dispositions.
That'd make you a prime target for Yorvith.
You're correct on that account. He's warned me many times, and I've explained the need for my function to him just as many. Both in vain. It seems we've agreed to disagree. Well, the sword is his calling, the pen is mine. Hence, no meeting of the minds. It wasn't always this hard. Turned sour when several elven lassies disappeared. We lost our trust in the humans, and the Scoia'tael ceased trusting us.
Did they turn up, the women?
No. I believe Neckers killed them. I remember Moril of the White Hands. She and her lover made a beautiful pair.
So non-humans in the world of The Witcher, the dwarves, the elves and so on, are persecuted quite a lot. The witches, like Geralt, are treated as non-humans, even though they started off as humans, but they've been mutated. Hence his weird eyes, his superhuman strength, his ability to sort of live longer He ages at a slower rate than most people.
Books in Flotsam? I wouldn't have thought it a profitable enterprise.
Hey, many foreigners come through here. Sometimes they buy books, sometimes they have tomes to sell. Yesterday, for example, Lady Sheila de Tanseville purchased items for a sum equal to my yearly dealings.
Did she buy anything interesting?
De Vermis Mysteries, the Exeter Treatise, complete and unabridged, plus a very expensive volume I'd rather not mention. I should add, as generosity must be praised, that she made a donation to the community, specifically to the Fund for Widows and Orphans.
That was nice of him. Let's see if he's got any timber. He's got a book on drowners. He's got a book on neckers, so I think we'll have that. We need that one. What other books? I think as much as it's going to cost me a bit of money, we'll buy those books. And let's see. Sometimes drowned men return as monsters to haunt the living. Tormented by their own deaths, they seek to murder others. They prefer to draw their prey underwater. As their victims drown, they tear them into shreds and consume them like soggy biscuits. Such creatures are called drowners. They are numerous on the banks of the Pontar, as this large river, with regular shipping and riverside villages, provides them with ample sustenance. We've got our wraiths. Wraiths are not, as some claim, the outward manifestations of an inner fear. They are visible, tangible, and dangerous on top of that. According to the teachings of priests, those who died suddenly without completing their tasks in this vale of tears become such spectres. Wraiths have their own aims. Sometimes they remain unaware of them, but more often than not, they pursue their calling without the slightest regard for the living. And finally, we've got our book about neckers. Imagine a drowner that burrows tunnels, climbs trees, is more vicious than usual, and when ambushing its prey it does so with many of its kin. Now you have a good idea of what a necker is. These primitive creatures are the bane of the wilderness. The inhabitants of forest villages fear them, and animals give their nests a wide berth. Neckers are social creatures, gathering in something akin to tribes, for they can only repel the attacks of stronger assailants en masse. Witches can use their full range of skills and techniques with fighting neckers. Signs, bombs, poisons and oils that augment bleeding are extremely effective against the beast. Necker nests are best destroyed with grape shot bombs. Okay. So basically we got to destroy the necker nests. What else is in here? I don't think in this game you can be accused of stealing, even though you are obviously walking into someone's house or property and taking their things. You don't seem to care very much. So I haven't got any grape shot bombs, I don't think. I probably need to buy some. Monsters on the prowl. What's this building here? Ah, got ourselves some timber. Hurrah! Which were the things? Let's take them all. So I'm hoping we got enough stuff to build the silver sword now. So let's go and do that. Because without the silver sword, it's difficult for us really to take on any monster contracts.
It's true. Foltest is dead.
So how can we help you, eh?
Oh, need some oil. Okay. Oh no, hang on. Different thing. Okay, so that's a harpy trap. So it's going to cost me 15 coins. Oh no, it isn't. So it's going to cost me. Okay. Oh, 35. So. There we go. Completed my quest, a sword for monsters. So if we go into here, we can equip our silver sword. That's that quest done.
What was that?
I don't know what else there is in the village. Let's have a look at our journal again. So, in order to take on the king, I'm going to go talk to this Cedric guy, who's an elf.
Listen, I've a matter to discuss with you. You're not getting
Slightly outside the village. So The Witcher 2 is not an open world game like the third one.
What kind of question is that? Anyway, know where I can find an elf named Cedric?
Don't get involved in this.
You did turn pale when we met Sheila.
You must have imagined that.
I know you too well.
Sheila's one of the most powerful sorceresses.
That's no reason to fear her.
She can't be trusted, in my experience. I know her to be devious and manipulative.
Any proof?
She's well aware you
pretty
lost
much
your
all
memory,
witches really
yet
in this
pretended she didn't
world.
know.
Now, why would she do that?
I don't know. Her true intentions have always been hard to fathom.
I'll see if I can't learn what they are.
How?
I'll go hunting with her, right after I find Cedric.
Well, then let's go see him. He should be at the top of his observation tower.
Okay.
I seek the elf named Cedric. Any of you know where he is?
What's your business?
I need to know if the forest's safe.
How am I to know if that's truly what you seek? It's common knowledge that you're racist. Witcher! Help!
I heard the village is home to someone who knows monsters.
That'll be Cedric. Talk to him.
Where can I find him?
Top of the tower, near the way out of the village.
Thanks.
Okay.
Why does he need two swords? Does he tend to use them?
welcome!
Why does he need two swords? Does he
Looking at
tend
up
to
here.
use them?
This doesn't look like it. No.
Belk. Nearly a year now. Morrill would delight in a day like this, Saharan. Enjoy the memory of her. Don't wallow in the longing.
I try. I do.
Happy New Year, Zini. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well.
Don't let other shade poison your memory of her.
Playing a bit of The Witcher 2 here.
It's but an outlet for helplessness.
Thank you, Cedric. Raphael.
Raphael.
This is Cedric, this guy we need to talk to.
Who asks?
Of course he's Cedric. It says Cedric above his head in the
The
game.
Witcher. And
Triss Marigold.
lovely scent, Triss.
Cedric, look at me.
What do you want, Geralt of Rivia?
What shall we ask?
I'm looking to hunt in this area, and I could use some advice.
I'm no witcher. I set traps, snares, try to keep neckers away from Lobindon. That's all.
I'm aiming a little higher than Neckers.
The old man? Meaning the Karen? Finally, Laredo's splurged. Listen, I'm not one to teach your grandmother to suck eggs. You witchers know your work. But if you pay me, I can prepare a useful trap.
What kind of trap?
Puncturing trap, immobilizing trap, even decoys to pull monsters into an ambush. Whatever you like. Since I can easily finish off an ensnared necker, it should be child's play for you.
Okay.
Who exactly are you?
One who warns humans against the dangers that lurk in the forest.
Care to clarify?
I am old, even for an elf. Yet the forest is older. I've lived in it for years and understand it, though it's nothing I can explain. At times, I make mistakes and people don't come home.
So you help humans?
I just know if it's safe to venture beyond the gates or not.
I say to him, do I smell lucky? Are you drunk?
Maybe I'll come back when you're sober.
You witches live a long life. You may indeed get to see that day.
Let's ask him who Mara was.
You were talking about. How did she disappear?
Sir Herim believes the forest took her.
What do you believe?
Moril simply vanished, almost a year ago now. Some say she was too beautiful, and Dwan must have harmed her.
You believe that?
If I have no evidence before me, I try to trust my feelings. And they tell me the forest did not take her.
Why would you keep that from Sir Herim?
Because it's meaningless. Perhaps she was murdered, perhaps she departed on her own, never to return. She's gone. And neither I nor Sir Herim can reverse that.
You're becoming a bit obsessed with The Witcher at the moment. Well, I have to admit, part of the reason for doing this stream was because I have been watching season 2 of The Witcher on Netflix. I did watch the prequel anime last night as well, The Nightmare with the Wolf, I think it was called. So yeah, it's not entirely coincidental that I'm playing The Witcher 2 at the moment. I did think about going all the way back to The Witcher 1, but I remember playing quite a bit of that about 10, well probably not 10 years ago, probably about 6 or 7 years ago, and couldn't get into it that much. I played Witcher 3, Witcher 2, I've only ever got so far into it, and I'm probably further now than I ever got before. Asking what the squirrels want to achieve.
Fighting for?
Do you ask about the old ones, who hoped to restore our race to its previous glory? Or about the young ones, who fight for survival and out of suicidal revenge?
Yorvith's warriors. Which mold do they fit?
They believe they are still independent, and that there is but one just way to view their cause. In truth, however, they're but a shadow of the Enshe's former glory. They cling to delusions to the very moment when a sword or a noose ends their life, or until they realize the truth themselves, which is, I believe, the worst.
Okay. See if you can craft anything for me. Oh no, I've only got those 2 recipes, haven't I? Has he got any decent... So he got some grape shot bombs. Oh, 101. So I haven't actually got enough money to buy any bombs off him. Never mind.
I aim to kill the Karen. Heard you might be able to help.
That depends on the sort of aid you seek.
I need information.
We should have killed it years ago. Now I don't know. The beast has become too large for the riverbed, and it has strange growths on its tentacles, extremely thick skin. Previously, it inhabited a swamp along one of the Pontar's tributaries. Completely wild terrain. Even the Scoia'tael don't venture there. You should go see the wreck of the boat it recently sank. Inspect any traces it's left. See the destruction.
Where's this wreck?
Venture south into the forest, then turn east toward the river. You'll find the ruins of a bridge erected long ago by the Enshe. The wreck lies at their foot.
Thanks, Cedric.
Yeah, I started replaying.
Jeez, Triss. Sure you're not overusing those teleports?
I started replaying. Oh, she's teleporting out to here. The Witcher 3 a little while ago and stopped again. I'm kind of waiting for the next gen update, which is supposed to be coming out, I think, next year. End of next year it's due out, or Q2 or something like that. So you're on episode 5 at the moment. So episode 5 of season 1 is that. I've watched the whole of season 1. Season 2, which I'm 3 episodes into at the moment, is better than the first series, and the first series was good. The anime's not bad as well. You can kind of watch that at any point. Probably makes more sense after the first series. I know what they are. Okay. Wish you could just run off the edge of these platforms, but the game won't let me. It insists I do everything the hard way. Yeah. Yeah. I won't spoil anything, obviously, but yeah, it gets good from there. I mean, the last episode in particular is brilliant.
Any chance you'll stay in Mobbington for good, Richard?
Really looking forward to watching some more of the second season.
What's the hurry?
No.
Good luck.
How did he get down there?
Good luck.
So, in this quest, we're going to find a sample of the Carrion's mucus in its lair.
Excellent work.
Nice.
In it? The finest hides and the tannins on half by either. A straggler here, a lobber there, sometimes a hapless calf. I've even got otter fur for you.
You hunt?
But we must not hunt in the royal forest. Even children know that. Besides, it's too dangerous to go among the trees now, what with all those monsters.
They must be finding more food in the area.
A war's brewing, methinks.
Not necessarily. The Scoia'tael attack merchants and ambush patrols. Ideal conditions for necrophages.
We ought to wait for better times and be satisfied with the little things, like the good book teaches us.
Let's see what he's got just on offer. Oh, diagrams for armor and stuff like that. Diamond dust armor reinforcements. Okay. We can't afford any of these anyway. We need to make some money. Okay, I'm never quite sure about the timelines of any of this stuff. I've never read any of the books, although one of them, I think the first one, I don't know whether it still was, but the first one was on sale for like 99p on the Kindle store last week. May not be anymore, but it's worth a look. The timelines of all the stuff is a little bit weird, and I'm not sure how much the games and the TV series are the same either. Something happens in the second episode of the TV series, which I didn't think was going to happen at all, because I'm pretty sure from playing the games that thing didn't happen. Now, whether they've actually changed some of the story or what, I don't know. Okay, so where shall we go? We got a few things we could do. Got a NECA contract. Yeah, it's weird exactly how they do it, but yeah, the books are supposed to be good. can't remember the name of the guy who wrote them. Polish gentleman, I think. But yes, not read them. Let's see if we can do this one. So go to his residence in the evening. I suppose what I can do is I can meditate. If I can remember how to meditate. Meditate until dusk. Assume his residence is in here somewhere. I did spend a lot of last year singing the Toss a Coin to Your Witcher song, which may be one of the greatest songs ever written by man. I'm not going to sing it now because I don't think my interpretation of it would be quite as good. But
does he lose them often?
Meditate. Go until 8 o'clock. This looks like evening now. No.
Laredo wanted to see me.
Commandant's busy. Come back after dusk.
Well, this is after dusk. Let's go for midnight. There we go.
What?
The Commandant wanted to see me.
Leave your weapon here.
Guard it with care. It's very valuable.
Both of them.
Wait, Wolf. I need to talk to the Commandant too.
You going inside or not?
Listen, friend. I'm an officer and you're a runt. And when I say jump, you will not only...
Come on, Roach.
With these cunts, Laredo couldn't protect the port from a drunk lumberjack, let alone Yorveth. A ballista. The bastard's got a ballista. You know the power of this weapon. Its arms strengthened with bronze plates and strung with horsehair. It can propel heavy bolts up to a mile away.
Yeah, an experienced crew can release 2 bolts each minute, but it can't hit the same spot twice because it recoils and shifts. I've heard that somewhere before.
In the prologue.
Where did you learn about ballistae?
I knew someone who knew a bit about them.
Unimportant. We need to damage it if we don't want to be at Laredo's mercy. They're all drunk here now. I'll provoke the guard.
Relax, Roach. I don't want to fight this rabble again.
As long as that weapon's operational, no one will sail this section of the Pontar without Laredo's express permission.
I'll handle this. Go have a drink.
To find a way
Nothing better than a
to disable the ballista.
Add plough into the mix and it doesn't get any better.
Luckily, the Commandant's provided it all.
True. Come here, lass.
I don't like freaks.
And I don't like oafish no-necks.
What do you want, mutants?
To try my luck. Arm wrestling.
I'm gonna crush you, mutants.
Save the boasting till later. Let's do this.
So long as he can afford to tell it. I'll not lend an ear for less than 10 orans.
Haven't had this good a time in ages. I hate mutants like you.
I know, I know.
That's true.
You know this one?
Yeah, Henry Cavill. Yes. Superman and potential James Bond as well. I think he is on the list of people to be James Bond. But yeah.
What do you need, ugly?
Ugly.
Well, you ain't exactly handsome.
I think he's pretty good in the part,
I
to be honest.
wouldn't worry. Women prefer ugly men to groomed dandies. And you're ugly something mighty. Care for a romp?
Can't just now, but I'll find you later in town.
Care for
What's
a
your
romp.
name?
Margarita.
I wanted to surprise my friend, the sad-looking guy by the ballista.
Some idiot wanted me to read him poems recently. Extravagance, as I say it. I didn't like it.
I was thinking of something a little more traditional.
What would you have me do?
What shall we go for? Let's ask for a speciality, whatever that is.
Your specialty.
All right, it'll be my standard rate.
Draw him away from the ballista while you're at it.
Slap me hard and call me stupid. Trying to put one by me? That'll cost you more.
It's a shame because I haven't got much money.
Surcharge on special requests. Those are the rules.
Let me think it over. A favor for a favor?
There is one thing you could do for me.
And that is?
Myron and Alphonse. Two of Laredo's thugs. Give them a good thrashing, and I'll even blow...
I stirred up enough trouble as it is during the execution.
No need to stir trouble. Just humiliate them some ways.
Consider it done.
You've had your song. Care for some real diversion?
Ah, yeah. Is that true? I didn't know that. I mean, he's not. I wouldn't say altogether unhandsome in the games, to be honest. I mean, he does a lot of sleeping around.
Nothing better than a fireside feast.
Except a fireside feast with copious amounts of liquor.
So I'm guessing we have to arm wrestle this. I don't know whether doing the first one counted, since I hadn't got the quest at that point. Oh, no.
I'll not lend an ear for less than 10 orens.
Oh, this isn't going well.
Nothing better than a fireside feast.
Except a fireside.
You're weak! A lame mutant! Downright pitiful!
Let's try him again.
Enough for another round.
I managed to beat him the first time. I think I'm gonna say the mouse slipped.
So long as he can afford to tell it. I'll not lend an ear for less than 10 orens.
There we go. And he's a friend of the sorceresses as well. So that's Myron. We got Alphonse. Oh, this guy.
What you want, old man?
Old man?
I was looking to test my strength. Arm wrestling.
What do I stand to gain?
Hair tips, perhaps? What's going on with his hair there?
So I guess that gets you bragging rights.
Are you that good, old fella? The Grey Wolf?
The White Wolf.
Alright. Let's begin.
Add plough into the mix and it doesn't get any better.
Luckily, the Commandant's provided it all.
True. Come here, lass. Your uncle got a story.
So long as he can afford to tell it. I'll not lend an ear for less than 10 orens.
There we go. Got them both.
Damn the dogs! The old man got me. I need to eat. Build up a bit.
Nothing better than a fireside feast.
So, if I speak to Margarita now...
Myron and Alphonse.
Teach them a lesson yet?
Of course.
All right. I'm off to give the boys some diversion.
Add plough into the mix and it doesn't get any better.
Luckily, the Commandant's provided it all.
So she's wandered off to divert the attention of the guy with the ballista.
I'll not lend an ear for less than 10 orens.
Oh, come on. Your comrades are well at it having their fun. Why should you be any worse?
You're right. Let's go.
He's thinking of cocking his own ballista there, I think. Whilst he goes away and does that, we shall sabotage this. I'll just take this rather important looking fragment of the mechanism, which I'm sure they can't replace.
Haven't had this good a time in ages.
That's true. You know this one. A little lad was skipping down the path. Travel, travel.
So now I've got to find where Roche has gone.
Oh, you are fuck dirty rotten scum. Plough more, plough more. Do that again, and I'll fuck your mum. Plough them all.
You've had your song. Care for some real diversion?
Oh, this is up. So Roche is up there. The verticality sometimes of the quest objective markers are a bit weird.
Laredo's busy with that witch Sheila. Come back later.
Geralt, let's wait downstairs in the yard.
Sheila is the one who, pre me starting the stream, had been talking to Geralt by the big monster thing that's appeared next to the pier. And Triss mentioned it a few moments ago.
Do we wait until the Honourable Lady is done with the Venerable Hick?
Waste of time. Looks like a good number of Flotsam's town watchmen are here.
No, I started...
You see that arbalist behind the house? I'll get his attention. Give him something to think about. Why don't you find out what they're guarding so closely?
My apologies, gentlemen. I could not help overhearing your conversation.
What do you want?
In point of fact, it's a matter for the Witcher. I have an offer.
I started it yesterday, but I'm not very far into it still, to be honest. I've got past the prologue and the tutorial bit, and this is basically right at the start of the first full chapter of the game.
An offer? Interesting.
I suspect you did not come to Flotsam for pleasure alone.
You suspect right.
Do you know about the monster in the river?
Maybe.
Might have heard something.
I expect someone will hire you to deal with it sooner or later. Thus, I presume that...
Stop presuming, expecting, and concluding. Just tell me what you want.
Our honored host is in possession of part of a trap, built especially for the beast in question.
Go on.
Around back, there's a storage area where Laredo keeps the treasures he confiscates from merchants and travelers. There are heaps of things out there.
Let me guess. You know exactly where I need to look.
Precisely. I saw Laredo's men carrying the contraption across the garden in a crate. They placed it on a platform by the wall, beyond which lies the craftsman's district.
Why are you telling me?
Why? We need to be rid of the beast as soon as possible. Good luck.
All right. I'll distract the guard. You sneak behind the house.
Brilliant as ever.
Okay.
Soldier, report to me immediately.
They say witches have no need to...
I'm gonna go do some sneaking.
As I see it, the entire garrison could use a lesson in discipline. Isn't that right?
Sir!
That's the attitude, soldier. The Commandant will hear of this.
So, there is a bit of annoying stealth stuff in this game. I don't know whether I can knock. Yeah. Can we just sneak past him? Just knock him unconscious. Sure he won't mind. Oh, gate's locked.
In Flotsam, we cut the hands off thieves.
I was looking for the privy.
You're lucky the Commandant wants to see you. Come on.
Commandant, sir. We caught the witcher sneaking around the garden.
Well, that screwed
Bring
that
him
up,
in and
didn't it?
leave. Yes, sir.
We were just discussing a certain matter. You here on business too?
The Commandant wanted to see me.
In that case, I shall leave you to it.
Finally.
They didn't want to let me in while the sorceress was here.
Did you see her? Made up like a whore on parade day. They think they can do anything, those sorceresses. I heard what happened in Temeria. You know your name's on a warrant. It's unfortunate, though nothing that should impede our dealings. See, I'm the law round here, and the law needs to know what the legendary White Wolf's doing in this cesspit.
Shall we tell me the truth? No, let's just say
the
that.
man responsible for Foltest's death.
Here?
I know the Scoia'tael had a hand in it too. It's their trail I followed to Flotsam.
Lucky you found Bernard Laredo then. If you're telling the truth, Yorveth's got raw blood on his hands. I can help you find him.
What about Vernon Roach? Why didn't you let him in?
Roach? Know the aura that surrounds him? Men like him act first and think later. And when they act, almost inevitably innocent blood flows. I trust you're on our side.
Whose side is that?
That of the people of Flotsam, of course. Terrorized by the Elven bandits for years now.
A local conflict, none of my business.
You killed some elves on the riverbank outside Flotsam.
We were attacked.
You failed to understand.
It's you who doesn't understand, Laredo. To tell you the truth, I'm not human.
You an elf? A dwarf? No, talking bollocks. I piss on the fact that they call you freak for your white hair and glowing eyes. You're a human like any other. We're fighting a war. And you, my friend, cannot straddle the fence.
What about the elves and dwarves in the trading post? The smiths, peddlers, and hunters? They eat with you, sleep among you. Whose side are they on?
Hell if I know. That's my point, Witcher. When you fight for survival, you need to be sure who your friends are. The non-humans in Flotsam, sure, they eat, fuck, shit among us. But when Yorveth sounds the battle horns, who knows what they'll
do. Okay.
I'm surprised they haven't turned on you already.
How so?
The town guards treat non-humans like shit. Frankly, I don't know what keeps them here.
I'll tell you what, Geralt. The hunger they'd face in the forest. But I grant you, those acts of, insubordination need to be stopped. Soldiers are simple men. When you see your mate die, a Scoia'tael arrow in his throat, it's hard to look favorably at the elf who sells your wife colored kerchiefs. You're a witcher. Your job is to protect the simpletons from monsters. I protect them from the danger that lurks amongst the trees.
Okay.
I see where this is going.
Yorveth's no better than a monster that attacks those who go out to gather kindling. Matter of fact, he's worse. He's smarter and crueler.
How do we get him?
I don't want you to kill him. Even you don't have a hope against his entire force. I've an idea, but I'd rather not go into it now. The squirrels are up to something. Every night their scouts come closer. I suspect they plan to attack the barge moored in the port.
Oh, does he not have the same eyes? He's definitely got yellow eyes in the series. I mean, have they not sort of tweaked the irises or whatever? I suppose he's just wearing coloured contact lenses, really, in it.
What's on the barge? You mean who? Bandits, murderers, rapists. On their way to the dungeons at Drakenborg. As soon as
their infamous leader joins them, the cherry on the cake and Bernard Laredo's crown trophy.
Couldn't have put it better
Okay.
myself.
Yeah.
As long as Yorveth remains free, humans, elves, and dwarves will live alongside each other in deep distrust. I've got to learn what the pointy-eared rat is planning.
How am I supposed to get that information?
You underestimate me, Witcher. True, I have my prejudices, but I'm not blinded by them. Take your friend Zoltan, for instance. He contacted Yorveth.
How can Zoltan help if he can't go outside the walls?
Step by step, Geralt. That's how you build trust. You could start by tending to a problem we have. A beast. The Kairan has blocked all boat traffic. I'm losing tolls. That is, the trading post is losing revenue. Kill the Kairan and I'll declare your friends acquitted of their crimes. Then Zoltan can take you to see Yorveth.
Yeah, I suppose with just the yellow eyes, he kind of looks like a normal human, just with yellow eyes. Gets rid of a little bit of the non-human bit of him, which is a bit of a shame. I guess they'd have had to have CGI'd all the scenes with that in though, because I suppose he couldn't I don't know how they do it with like contact lenses and still give the actor the ability to see properly, but yeah.
I'm a witcher. I don't work for free.
Of course you don't. Help us capture the Scoia'tael commander, and you'll be rewarded generously, straight from the trading post's treasury.
I don't suppose we have too much of a choice about this, to be honest. Let's go for it to deal.
Now you stir up storms wherever you go. I actually believe you'll bring peace to Flotsam. Don't disappoint this town, Geralt. Farewell.
Okay. You just keep walking, mate. Keep walking. So, it looks like we didn't manage to... We managed to screw up actually getting the trap from the back of there. I'm wondering if I can reload it actually. I'll have to sit through that conversation again, but loading that, because I think we want that trap, don't we, in order to catch the cave-in. Oh,
in Flotsam.
No, we don't. We don't. In Flotsam, we reload the game until we get what we want. Sorry. So I have to climb up there. That's one of the great advantages of games as opposed to real life. If you screw them up, you can just try it again. So, okay, so the sorceress is up there. Oh my gosh.
You forget who you're dealing with, Commandant.
You must think me an idiot.
I cannot help myself. You take guardsmen off the streets to guard carpets, fabrics, and spices pilfered from merchants. Do you have any grasp of the responsibility that rests with you?
Don't teach an old man to piss, sorceress. I've ruled Flotsam for years.
Flotsam is ruled by a fear of your death. That fear rules even you.
I've made my demands perfectly clear.
Like a crying babe deprived of its rattle. In time, Commandant, they'll hang you by the neck from a roadside tree like a regular bandit. And rightly so, for you're no better.
Your time will come too, sorceress. They'll pile kindling at your feet.
Enough. Fear has confused you. Think over what I said and give your answer before it's too late.
Okay. So... just need to watch out for this guard here. See what he's gonna do. Because we got to get guess over to there, I'm guessing it is. Doesn't seem to be moving at all, does he?
In Flotsam,
Oh.
we cut the hands off.
Okay, now he decides to move. Oh,
In
what?
Flotsam, we cut the hands off thee.
Come on. Oh, I hate stealth bits in games that have no proper stealth mechanics. Where's he going? Oh!
In Flotsam, we cut the hands off thieves.
I was looking.
Yeah, lots of safe scumming going on here. I'm hoping there isn't that much stealth stuff, although there was a bit right at the start of it as well, which was a bit stealthy. But you could kind of just ignore it, to be honest. Can I do with him wandering off over there somewhere? No. He's not very stealthy.
In Flotsam, we cut the hands off thieves.
I was looking for the privy.
You're lucky the Commandant wants to see you.
Oh, I can't
Come
be
on.
bothered. We're going to ignore the trap. I
Commandant,
can't
sir.
be bothered to go and get it.
Bring him in. Yes.
We were
Let's
just discussing a
The common.
In that case,
Finally.
just flick through this
I heard
conversation.
some. See?
I'm looking for the man responsible for
Yeah,
Volkast's death.
exactly. I don't know.
Lucky you found Bernard Lareed.
What about
Roach?
I just can't be
When they
bothered to
act.
do that bit.
a local? We were attacked.
I'm trying to pick the same
You
conversation
know,
choices
I'd piss
before.
with fight.
What
Hell if the not.
I'm so.
How so? I'll tell. Soldiers are simple. You're a. I protect.
I see.
You're the.
How do we?
I don't. I've an eye. Squirrel.
What's on the bar?
You mean
They're in.
couldn't have put it. As long as I've got to.
How am I?
Take your.
How can?
You could then.
I'm a witcher.
Of course you.
Right.
Are you farewell?
Right. I'm not going to bother. I'm trying to get that that thing, trap thing, whatever it was.
No passage.
I want to get out. Where's the door? Is it up? Can't be up.
Entry only on the Commandant's express orders. Off you go. No passage.
Oh, there's the door.
Bowing squirrels. I'd put him in their place.
You're all talk.
Did you hear?
Prove it. I
big
doubt
shots
anyone would
arrived.
stop you.
We're too soft on them, that's the problem.
Where's
Soldiers
Roche
are
gone now?
Garrison.
Sniffing around like
Oh,
dogs in them
yes.
rubbish.
Turned me away at the door, the bastard. Turned me away at the door, the bastard. We'll meet later. Don't forget your weapons on the way out.
do forget sometimes that this is an RPG from 2000 and was it 8, 9, something like that. So maybe 2010. It doesn't quite have some of the niceties of modern ones. Quality of life stuff is not all it could be cracked up to be. 2011. That's Skyrim's probably the reason why I stopped playing this, because I did get very addicted to Skyrim for a while. I just get the last of our upgrades then in the training thing, so now we've unlocked all the other paths.
What did he say?
So we can now wander off and try and get some mucus. It is hard to go back. I think it's another reason why I didn't want to play the original game again, because that's even worse, really. Okay, let's go find ourselves some mucus. Yeah, I mean, The Witcher 3 is just a better game. The combat in this is weird as well.
What's going on here?
This whore's a Scoia'tael spy.
Any evidence?
What's it to you?
Easy. She loiters around the garrison, kick-kitting us. Roderick says he bound her, but I don't believe that.
I did!
That's your evidence?
2 of our lads are missing. Last seen with her.
I only spoke to them. Then they went off towards the caves. That's all I know.
The bitch is lying. She led them into an ambush.
This ought to be easy enough to resolve. Look inside the caves.
But they're crawling with all sorts of filth.
Yeah, all the games have got great reviews, and this is good. It's just that some of the mechanics of it leave a little bit to be desired these days. But you have to take the games for the time they come out, really, rather than today. And the storyline's great. The graphics actually in this, much more so than the first one, which does look quite dated now, but the graphics in this really hold up. Not as good as The Witcher 3, but certainly look pretty good. I don't know how good it would look if I was playing it again on the 360. This is obviously the PC version I'm running here, but
I'll do it.
Sure, we still look pretty good.
Wait for me at the harbor.
Go to the cave beneath Flotsam. Oh, let's do that one. Just check on the map where we're trying to go. Need to go all the way over there. I'll tell you what it could do with this well, is a fast travel system. Well, at least I haven't found one so far. Whether one will come into it later on, but I've got to run across the whole of the town here. I mean, this is like such a pain. I realise it is a bit of a first world problem, but...
You found me. Splendid. I dug through my coffers and happened on something you could find useful. I don't need it, but a monster slayer just might.
Thanks.
What's he giving me? Some red haze. Perhaps the most insidious invention of Zerrikanian alchemists, the reddish haze emitted by this bomb upon detonation causes hallucinations and aggression, leading creatures which inhale the gas to fight each other. The bomb is ineffective against creatures that cannot be hexed. Okay, well, thank you for that. Nice suit with armor there.
A hero, eh?
Right, how do I get to that? Oh. I set myself on fire there. Right, how do I get... do I have to go out that way? Okay. The map also is a little bit... Well, it looks nice. Functionality wise, it perhaps leaves a little bit to be desired. I guess I have to go out this way.
Boss, why the hell are we stacking and restacking this? We'll wait out here.
Make it quick.
A lot of blood, and I'm about to find out who it belonged to.
Yep. Let's go into this not creepy at all looking cave. Oh, look at this, a lot of these. Okay, I think I might need a better tactic than just going in going ah. Maybe some kind of bomb. So look what I have on me. Yeah, should do. Okay, I've got a bomb. Maybe I can just get them to attack me one at a time. Or maybe not. Let's give ourselves a shield and medit. Let's meditate. Give ourselves that.
Be.
Oh, see, well, that didn't end well at all, did it? I do want to load the latest last save, but also want to just kill these bad guys. Yeah, I'm assuming I am a decent enough level to try it. Let's try. Okay, you won't actually come at me whilst I'm here by the look of it. It's the warriors which appear to be the problem. Right, oh. I thought I got all of them, but apparently I was wrong. Is there another one somewhere? Okay.
Should be something at the end of this trail.
Okay, so just keep following the the blood. Too far away to hit.
Scoia'tael arrows. This is pretty clear.
Okay, so we can just go back and talk to her then. And try not to fall off the big cliff. So I can't get out there. Geralt, I do wish you could like walk up and down ladders faster. That would be great. Where am I going? Okay, I need to go back round there. Oh no, another one. Warriors again.
You stink.
Oh, they've handily placed her outside the cave. Thank goodness for that.
There? 2 soldiers. What happened to them?
They're dead, riddled with arrows.
I know nothing about that.
What do you think, Witcher?
Seems like 2 soldiers wandered into the cave, maybe to drive away monsters. But just because somebody convinced them to go. I don't know how many monsters they managed to kill, but I do know who got them. Scoia'tael.
Bollocks.
Last I recall, Neckers don't know how to use bows.
Hi, lads!
You see they can
Let's
literally
find a
out kill them.
tree.
No! I'll tell you everything! Just don't kill me, please!
Speak.
You need to see this. You won't understand otherwise.
See ploughing what?
That bitch is lying.
Oh, let's get it to lead on. We'll probably get ambushed by some owls here, but never mind. Once she's got unstuck from behind that guy. They are. Yeah, I was saying earlier on in the stream, they're very oppressed in this game. Very much like they or in Dragon Age, which I assume kind of got the idea from this amongst other places. Very much the opposite of sort of the Tolkien-esque version of elves. I tell you, I wish you'd hurry up. Are we going to get attacked by elves by any chance? Oh yes, we're going to get attacked by elves. I mean... This was not at all predictable.
Bloody squirrels. Thanks for the help, Witcher. Here's your orange. You're coming with us, bitch.
She appears to have a
You
tree
should've
through
left
the middle of her at
tree.
the moment.
Stupid whore.
Death awaits you all. Curse you, Dwan.
You've got a tree through you. Oh, so we got ourselves... Was it Sword of the Blue Mountains? What's that? Earlier, when I was playing the prologue before, there was a glitch where my hair just got... The back of my hair got stuck to one point in the scenery, and every time, whenever I was moving, the hair just kind of kept going, so I ended up with like this about 20-meter long hair at one point, which, you know, I would have quite liked in real life. Okay, well, that doesn't actually look that much better than my existing steel sword, which is a bit of a shame, but never mind. We shall leave that. I'm not going to bother equipping that. Right, so we managed to sort her out. And I think we were... trying to find ourselves... some mucus. I think again we have to go over to the other side of the village.
Boss, why the hell are we stacking and restacking?
I think the stew's
Well, Roach is on holiday in this game. Don't think you get to do any horseback riding in The Witcher 2. I'll wait for the sequel for that. What's that? Oh,
dance, white teddy. Wanna dance?
I find it a bit creepy that we keep calling him White Teddy. Yeah, it is a bit sad. No Roach though. I could be wrong, he might be in it later, but I don't think so.
I wonder what's left of that wreck Cedric mentioned.
If the Karen attacked the boat, it's not likely to be much. We're looking for traces of the beast, not boats.
Beast, not boats. Triss has the power to magic herself places, which will be really useful because we could have saved all this wandering around and getting hit by bandits then. She has got red hair in this. Just about. I think the lighting is a little bit dark here, but she's definitely got red hair. Not quite as brilliant red as in the TV series.
See those footprints?
Yeah, strange place for an evening walk.
Unless you're looking for adventure.
Yeah, so I think the lighting's a bit weird in this bit. We got the kind of like sunset thing going on. Okay, that means there's bad guys ahead. They drown us. So this looks like a big mucusy thing.
Wait a minute.
What are you going to do?
Cast a simple diagnostic spell. It should answer a few questions.
Right, this guy's going to need some giant tissues. Ugh.
This monster's sick, Geralt. It's dying.
How much time does it have left?
A few years, perhaps a decade and change.
Too long. What's wrong with it? Any information could be useful.
The diagnostic spell showed that some of the cells in its body are mutated.
What makes you think it's dying? I mean, I'm a mutant.
The mucus cells I diagnosed are very similar to cancer cells. In some ways, they're more effective than healthy cells, but they're out of control. They converge to create a red tissue. Very unpleasant.
The poor thing.
But you brought up an interesting point. Want to know the core difference between mutants and non-mutants?
Yes, please.
Of course I do.
The changes made through alchemy and magic in your body would require thousands of years to develop on their own. This development would result from genetic errors that would cause your body to adapt, become a more efficient organism, effectively mutate, but over a very long time. When this development occurs over millennia, across multiple generations, we proudly call it natural selection, evolution. When it occurs quickly, in a single organism or a few representatives of a species, we frown on it as mutation.
And here I thought you liked me. What else?
The Kaylin's highly venomous.
Any ideas for an antidote?
Your Witcher's metabolism should neutralize small doses of the toxin. But if I were you, I wouldn't rely on my mutations alone. An Osmark potion should do the trick.
I know the herb, but haven't the faintest where I might find it around here. I need to figure out how I want to fight the Kaylin. Maybe I won't need the potion.
Do what you will, but don't say I didn't warn you. Sheila might be eager to get this done, but before you go see her, ask some of the locals about Osmark. You could try Cedric. Here's the formula for the potion. I need to take care of some things. Manage without me for a while? See you.
Okay, so we can create ourselves a potion to go and fight the monster, or we can try and do it without the potion. I think it's going to be potion, to be honest. But I am going to end my playthrough for tonight there. Yeah, we shall hopefully pick this up again tomorrow or another day, certainly a day in the future. Thanks everyone for watching and for all the chat. I will see you soon. Have a good start to the new year and have a good evening. Thanks for now, everybody. Bye.